I married Ellie Mae Clampett.
In case anybody didn't pick up yet, we've been married a long time. And we work it all out in front of you guys. It's the perfect birth control.
Okay, babe. All right. Yeah, okay. Teresa and a microphone, that's a dangerous combination. Thank
It'll
you.
never happen again, will it?
You know I'm sorry, darling. I can't take you down to Tunica this time. We got bills apart, and we coming down to all this time. You ain't bad luck, John. I can't roll a seven when you're on my arm. You ain't bad luck, John. Honey, don't feel bad. You don't mean no harm. Girl, you're just a bad luck, John. You ain't bad luck, John. Honey, don't feel bad. You don't mean no harm. Girl, you're just a bad.
Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Let us get together right down here. Oh, let us get together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Let us walk together right down here. Oh, let us walk together, people, right down here. And let us sing together right down here. Let us sing right down here. Let us sing together right down here. Oh, let us sing together right down here. Let us pray together right down here. Let us pray right down here. Let us pray together right down here. Oh, let us pray together right down here. And let us mourn. Let us mourn right down here. Let us mourn.
to turn each other in. So let's drop the gun slow and easy and reach for the sky above, and let's surrender to love. Yes, surrender to love.
In a place like this, or you know, the rambles at Levon's in the barn up there, you're all sharing this experience. You know, we just happen to be up here on the stage, kind of steering the ship, but we're all sailing on it.
Ooh, surrender to love. Yes, surrender to love. You're running wild. How long can this go on? You're leaving me alone and running wild.
If you are the Americana Music Association instrumentalist of the year multiple times, you don't need to be traveling to play small venues because you're breaking your album. And I think it's a giant leap of faith to go out there.
That's a music writer from Cincinnati, and the first person I talked to at a Larry and Teresa show.
Someday and find I've gone away. You think I'm
Love what you do and be honest about it, and you're gonna connect with people, and then that's gonna feed back to you.
I love Americana music. I'm a live music lover, so these guys have been carrying the tradition on.
I had hit the road with them, 5 gigs in 6 days.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's just like an hour of talking over everything afterwards, so I don't know how to be polite, and you know, I want to talk. If I'm with people, I want to talk. But when we had to sing the national anthem the next day, I came out, but I had a sign that says, "We're singing the national anthem for the Rangers tomorrow. I can't talk." It worked pretty good.
And he said, let me change the top on it.
Really?
And he put a new top on it, and it just opened up, man. It just...
Yeah, I have a red diamond.
Uh-huh.
Big fucking mandolin.
Yeah.
'Cause I played Myron.
Uh-huh. Teresa calls it music utopia. You're just connecting with the people that are there, and nothing else matters. And you're just having a great time doing it. And I don't ever want to be making music again without that, you know.
When I gave you my heart, it was not what you wanted. Now the walls say your name and the pictures are haunted. Does my ring burn your finger? Does my love weigh you down? Was a promise too much to keep around? can't keep from crying. I could never believe that your kisses were lying. There's something from the past buried in a shallow grave. Did you think that it was too far gone to say? It's just me in the night, and I'm so broken-hearted. I just wait in the dark here for my dearly departed. Did my ring burn your finger? Did my love weigh you down? Was a promise too much to keep around?
You miss the road?
No. I miss being on a stage singing with her with a bunch of people out there. I miss that.
Yeah.
You know what I miss?
But see, you know, the civilians think that that's the whole thing. They think, oh, they just get to travel and they get to sing, and it ain't all like that, is it?
No, it's those 2 hours on stage is heaven. Every other hour around it is not.
Yeah, Jackson sung about that good, didn't he? Jackson Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I miss the fans, and I'm always the one complaining we shouldn't do the sign because I've got to sing. Maybe you've got eight in a row or something, and you're just worried because we're blasting it up there.
Oh yeah.
And
when you do
you're
your
just
squalling.
trying to protect. Yeah. You're just trying to
squalling
protect. So you know, I worry about that. But then I'm the last one to leave the sign. If they get me down there, I'm the last one to leave, and I'm missing the connection.
What made you trust Mark and agree to have cameras follow you around, and did you ever reconsider? You were going to say why you trusted him.
It felt right. You know, your instincts tell you. You know, there's no ulterior motive, and you couldn't feel any ulterior motive in what he was doing. He wanted to get this, and he wanted to get it right. He wanted to present us in the best light he could. He wanted to show the rest of the world what he felt when he came and saw us play. And you could sense that right away, you know?
That was such a true thing in him.
Right.
That he wasn't about to exploit it.
Right.
It meant so much to him.
And Teresa had read this article before we even met Mark. About a filmmaker.
This is just a coincidence.
A filmmaker who had made a film about
books.
About books.
It's called The Stone Reader.
About people connecting with books and reading.
I saw it in the New York Times Book Review, and I just cut it out of the paper and thought, I've got to see this because, you know, we all love books. And it just spoke to me, and I didn't realize it until like later after that it was him. I didn't know it was him.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah.
It's
That's
him.
the punchline.
I still have the clipping somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And for someone to have that kind of passion about the art of reading and writing and what that does to you, I just felt like, okay, we're in the right hands here.
And just the way he talked about the spark, he's just, what is the thing that happens between here and there? Because something happens, in the air between those. And that's what Moskowitz was trying to tease out of when he interviews all of these music people.
Was there ever a time during all this filming that you reconsidered?
I don't think so.
Not really.
That's-
He was putting so much into it, and you wanted to help him out, and you didn't want to say no. And
Yeah.
that was really, because I'm
He had
trying
good
to be
folks to
with
work
my
with.
parents. And he brought this up that he set out to make this film about music and what we've just discussed. And he said, as projects do, they tell you what they are. Him saying that the film told him what it wanted, that what it is about weighing out what really matters. And now here the whole world has been on pause, and people are stopping and thinking, rethinking, well, what does really matter?
So I've got some Zoom questions here.
Okay.
There are questions that have come in on Zoom from
okay.
fans. Some of us feel reluctant to share or celebrate goodness in our lives after the dreadfully awful, no good, very bad year that has been 2020. What have you experienced, done, discovered, achieved this year that's been a cause for celebration? I'll start this one
Everybody
off.
looking at me?
I'll start this one off. Voted for Biden and he won.
Okay, all right. Well, that's
By
good.
George.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from the political, but amen to you.
Yeah, right.
My life didn't change that much. I mean, I didn't do as many shows, but I wasn't, at this point in my life, I wasn't going to be doing a lot of touring. But I was still able to do some of the, I work in dog rescue, so I was able to do some of my benefits because one of the clubs in town, the City Winery, did an outdoor venue in their parking lot with socially distanced. So, I was able to play music with my friends. I still listen to music, and I'm just grateful that all my family and the people that I know and love have been safe. It was really sad to lose John Prine early on like that. But I'm a bit of a cynic, but I can't stop myself from being hopeful.
Yeah.
I guess music has made me that way in a way.
Great.
Because
It's great.
just when you just think, you've done, you'll hear something on the radio that will just bring you back to being alive and being present.
Yeah.
And those feelings of being connected in the human condition. I don't know. Music does that for me. Sometimes films do that for me, or books, or even a podcast. I just want to know stuff, and I want to feel stuff, and I think that never stops. And we need that even more now in this past year, which is almost over.
Yeah.
I had COVID early on in this thing.
Yeah.
And
I was very, I thought I wasn't going to wake up with a husband. That was very scary.
Yeah, you could thank goodness for.
I said, we have truly walked through the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
scary. It was really scary. But I got through it, and just like all of us, all our work evaporated for this year, all our touring. But the fortunate side of that is Teresa really needed to be home with her family.
I'm sad that it took a pandemic for me to get. I'd been whining and moaning about it for years that I'm good. I have to have more time at home, and now I'm there, and Daddy's Alzheimer's is progressing along pretty fast, and but he comes alive whenever. They still watch music on Saturday nights, on RFD. They still have.
Oh, that's a great channel.
My mother knows what
To
time
watch
it comes
Marty's
on in
show.
every
Marty
show.
comes on and
Thursday
the old
night,
Ganaway,
Friday night, Saturday
stuff,
night. Yes, she's got them lined up, just like when I was growing up. The Porter Wagner show, the Wilbur Brothers. They're lined up on Saturday night, and
That's
now
what I
Marty
watched.
Stewart and
and to see Daddy come alive and start tapping his foot with the music,
Yeah.
and if we ever like run something in the living room, they just come alive. It's just like when I was growing up. And he's still something to be grateful for. Is just to be around.
Yeah.
My father's sense of humor seems to be fully intact. It's fabulous to hear him laugh. He just laughs all the time about pertinent things in the
Yeah.
room. You know that he's really still clued in with that. It's just fabulous.
Cool.
What I feel like we've been able to do, many of us, and certainly Teresa and I, has been you can sort of distill your existence down to what's important right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And we've been able to pay attention to stuff in our personal lives that we, under normal circumstances, can't, because we're just on the road. You know, we're thinking about where, what bag we got to pack, what plane we got to make, what
Right.
bus we got to be on, what van we got to load, whatever it is. You know, and this has forced us to sort of revisit our personal relationship without concentrating on our professional relationship.
Sure.
You know?
I started this in late 19, but I just finished all the works of Charles Dickens in chronological order.
I knew he had started.
And almost all the shores. I just thought of that. It's kind of an achievement, but it was amazing. I mean, what a world to live in. You know, and I mean, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't socialize. When I came in here and had to talk to people on the crew, I was like, my voice was shaking. I haven't been around anybody in months, right? But my boys, man, I get up in the morning and they start barking, and I go down there and feed them.
That's
and
a reason to
fool
get
around
up in
with
the
them,
morning.
wrestle around with them.
A reason to get up in the morning, a reason to go out for a nice long walk, and they're always happy to see you.
I got 2 more Zoom questions.
Okay.
Larry and Teresa, when is the live album coming out?
You know, that's a great question.
I have the same question. It's
I
ready
do
to go
too.
out the
I didn't even
door.
know
I don't
about
think
it.
we've done the artwork yet.
We
Part of it.
Okay, so it was planned to be at early spring, but then the COVID thing hit. We couldn't tour to promote.
Yeah.
Then we were going to plan, okay, we'll get it released in the fall and figure out a Zoom way or an internet way to promote it. But then we found out this thing was coming out in the fall. And
So
this
now you got to put that
now
on.
we got to concentrate on that. So we're going to...
But it's done?
It's done.
It's done.
So there's nothing to keep you sending it from me. Send it to me.
Yes, but it'll be soon after the first of the year. This thing will be available. That I can tell you.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Right?
And Teresa, what are you currently reading?
Oh, don't get me started. I just wanted to know what really good leaders did in times of crisis. And he had given me some Churchill books. I like history. It's a toss-up between fiction and history. And so I'm reading, I started with The Splendid and the Vile. And it's not good bedtime reading because you can't put it down. And it's the 80 days before World War II started, before America came into the war. And then I think Moskowitz, who did the film, recommended The Duel, and Larry got me that for my birthday. So I have that upstairs. Yeah.
Nice.
But
What are
I'm
you
dying to
reading,
get
Emmylou?
back to the
I have
Dickens.
to say that The Year of the Monkey, Patti Smith.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah.
The Year
Patti
of the
Smith
Monkey.
is one of my favorite.
A friend gave me that, yeah.
She's, I mean, she has the most beautiful. I almost don't want to read her books because I'm trying to write a book myself, a memoir. But she has the most beautiful writing voice, and actually I'm cheating. I'm listening on Audible, and I love hearing her read her books. You know, she's just so plain and honest, and she's a beautiful writer. I usually prefer history or historical novels, but every once in a while a good yarn.
Yeah.
Podcasts have saved me
Yeah.
because at night I listen to either Audible or This American Life or I like Malcolm Gladwell, you know, revisionist history. You can learn stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't have to read.
Well, while you're doing other things where you just can't
Yeah,
sit and read
right,
too,
right.
it comes in
Yeah.
really handy that way.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. More to come.
What made them write those songs?
Well, originally this was Country Pie, named after the Dylan tune.
They fucked it up.
You know, writing music is the hardest thing a musician can do.
The Big Pink. We better get out of here.
We did this thing, it was purely for money.
And I thought, he cleans up nice.
Yeah, we're late.
It all begins with the song.
A good song is hard to ruin, and a bad song is hard to make sound good, you know. It was the Moby Grape with the finger. I wanted to be every one of those guys. I'm still trying.
We're here with Larry and Teresa and Emmylou Harris.
God's given us years of happiness here. Now we must part. And as the angels come and call for you, the pangs of grief tug at my heart. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your long journey. Oh, the days will be empty, the night so long, without you, my love. And as God calls for you, I'm left alone, but we will meet in heaven above. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your long journey. Fond memories I'll keep of happy ways that on earth we trod. And when I come, we will walk hand in hand as one in heaven, in the family of God. Oh, my darling, my heart breaks as you take your long journey. I love this song.
So,
What you gonna do?
well, the first thing we're gonna do is wait on Teresa.
Go put the headline, the title, musical chairs. This family doesn't know how to sing without doing a few games in between.
Just sing it out, that's all.
I'm not going to sing really loud.
Should I not use a pick?
Maybe.
That would not be as loud. You're using a pick, aren't you, Daddy?
Just wait and see.
the strutting and sequins and pyrotechnics that you see on the Country Music Awards is just fire pops and sequins and strutting. It doesn't have anything unless it has this behind it. Which is why I want to move home. Can I get that in there? Move me home. Precious Lord, linger near when my life is almost gone. Hear my cry, hear my call, hold my hand lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord.
This is like Linda Ronstadt's story too. She grew up singing. In her late teens, she'd already been singing for 15 years. You know, she'd been singing as a child. And so something happens to the brain when it grows up doing that. It's very different than if you learn to sing later. I can attest to that.
Precious Lord, lead me home.
Nice.
It comes from families and people getting together with their neighbors and stuff. And look at the Beach Boys. They became the Beach Boys in the back seat of a car, you know, like on family trips. That's how they learned to do that. And that's what when you do that, you know. So that's where all that music comes from.
Alright, that goes. Well, T for Texas, T for Tennessee. Yeah, what was that? Yeah, T for Texas, T for Tennessee.
Oh, man.
Tissues.
Oh.
Oh, that got me, Teresa. That got me.
He has Alzheimer's, you know, and it was already pretty far going back when we did
He
this.
sure can't sing.
Yeah. Yeah. He chimed in on Away in a Manger with us the other day for a little video we had to do, and he can still, you just sit everybody around and he'll come in and find the hole in the harmony. He can still do that.
Remind me of sitting in church with my Granny Keith and learning alto from her on those songs. Mm-hmm. That got me. Your mama. What a voice.
Yeah.
I've never heard her sing before.
Oh man, when
It's like Sarah Carter.
yeah, when
Yeah.
when
Really?
Yeah.
when I first came down there, when I first went
Exactly.
down there and heard her singing with her mother and father, it rocked my world because it was right in the middle of all these records I had been listening to as a kid, where of this exotic world that this this exotic land of the southern states of America.
Yeah, you
that
didn't think it existed anymore.
Right,
It was
right,
something that just was
You found
in the
where
past.
you were really from.
Yeah.
I mean, where your soul was from.
Right, that's right.
Well, he
Peckerwood
had-
Point,
he had
not
li-
the Bronx.
He had lived in Jackson, Mississippi for a couple of years, or I wouldn't have married him. Now, truly, I wouldn't have married him because
I
he wouldn't have
understand.
understood what he was getting into. But that way, I knew he did understand.
Yeah.
He had an
The
apprenticeship.
cultural divide would have been
He had an
too.
apprenticeship.
Right, I did.
You'd have married him.
Yeah,
I used to joke and say that up north, y'all were listening to the Harry Smith collection and that other anthology, and we were the Harry Smith collection.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's true. And you know, the first time I heard you sing was I was on my way to California, and I stopped with two other guys in an old beat-up Chevrolet,
and stopped in Austin, 74 or late 73 or something. Commander Cody was playing at the Armadillo. So we went and saw, we got to go see Cody. And you were opening the show.
We were on our way. I had a band after Graham died. I
Right.
put together a country band. I'd never fronted a band before. It was wild, and Commander Cody, God, one of the best shows I ever saw in my life.
Absolutely.
Was at a club in Washington, D.C. with a Sleep at the Wheel opening for Commander Cody in a little club, not a big place like the Armadillo. It was in that 70s. It was a really, really special time when a lot of us, people that we didn't really understand country music, you know.
Right.
Even though I was from Birmingham, I lived off of Marine bases, and I hadn't had that kind of. I was a folkie before I got into country, so it was a really amazing time when all this music was coming together, and now here we are. We're Americana. We didn't even know it.
But what was when you came out and did your show before Commander Cody, all these things clicked in my head about the purity, but still modern, and still something really fresh and unique that you hadn't heard before. But it still had this. I was deep into the Carter family thing, Doc Watson, you know, the bluegrass thing. That's what I was searching for. This, and then to hear it
country
in there,
the real
But without the frills and without the.
Well, it was all because I was learning. You got to understand, before I met Graham, I was a folk singer with a little folk trio. And my brother is still the most intense old-time country and bluegrass fan of the world. He had the record player. And so, you know, I would have to listen to and I didn't get it. And I would sneak in and play my Bob Dylan records. And then there's that moment when you realize it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all important. It's all got something to say to you.
Here's a new one, isn't it?
Now, I'm so narcissistic that I think all the songs Larry writes are about me, which is not always good.
Yeah, well, this one
It's not always good, and he assures me this one is actually about me.
This one is definitely about you. You can wear that on your shirt. Here we go. It's called The Way You Make Me Feel. You got my number, you rang my phone, said come on over, don't sit home all alone. Well, it's been so long since I met anyone like you. So if you see me roll up to your door doing cartwheels, I can't help it, that's the way you make me feel. You got a brand new couch, and we can watch TV. I put it all around you, we'll see whatever you want to see. I don't mind, 'cause I do anything for you. So if you see me dance up to your door, clicking my heels, I can't help it, that's the way you make me feel. Everything I want, I'm hoping
hoping you want me. Don't know if I can be cool, but I can sure be good company. And I won't sit on no couch with anyone but you. So if I'm a serenading at your door, that ain't no squeal. I can't help it, that's the way you make me feel. I can't help it, that's the way you make me feel. I can't help it, that's the way you make me feel. That's about you, Teresa. That's about you.
We have some messages from a few folks who couldn't be here today, but just love you guys and wanted to say howdy.
Hey Larry, hey Teresa.
Hi.
We're calling to wish you the best of luck with your new series coming out and to tell you how much we love you.
We love you. We love you.
Best of luck.
Hey Larry, Teresa, Bill Payne here in Montana. Well, we miss you guys. We're enjoying this series, Paulie and I. Wishing you the best with that. You guys stay safe. We hope to see you soon, okay? Be well.
Hi.
Hey everybody, Yorma here.
And Vanessa.
Hey Larry and T, we just want to tell you we're watching your series. Congratulations, it's awesome.
We're loving it. It is so fantastic. Congratulations.
Love you guys.
Stay safe.
Hi, Larry and Teresa. Here's your old pal, Happy, in Woodstock, New York. And just letting you know that I'm here watching your series, and I wish you all the best. I hope it's a huge success, which you certainly deserve. Sending love, I miss you, and hope to see you real soon. Take care. Bye.
I love that I got to do this with you guys today and see you and talk and be a part of this thing.
Wonderful surprise.
I just hope it blows you up to where you can have somebody else carry your instruments. Somebody other than Teresa.
But you know what
you
I
need
meant
real
to
gun
say?
bearers.
Listen, you could have easily just gone totally with music. I mean, I know any movie you ever were in, you got fabulous reviews just for your acting.
It was
You've
so
had
much
a really
easier to
interesting
be
career.
good for me as an actor than it was. It had been much harder for me to be really good.
But you really could have done it.
As a musician, it would have been much more work, which was, I'm like Maynard G. Krebs when it comes to work. But it was so easy to act. And so I said, this is like falling off a log. And also I got nervous when I would sing with my different bands I've had, because that's me.
Right.
I'm going to somebody else's skin.
I experienced that too when I wasn't at church or singing gospel music, which I was used to singing. But when it was just me interpreting music as Teresa, that was, I think I clung to the piano first set that I did like that.
I'm always, my voice is shaking when I start any song. In like at a funeral or whatever.
It's exposed, but to me, even a deeper layer of exposed is the writing. I just keep walking away from it.
I'm so glad you say that. I'm so glad you say that, because Larry and I had this conversation when you first started writing these songs. Mm-hmm. It's the music for me
too.
And you too.
Yes.
The lyrics are like have to be there to hang the music on. Right. But then somebody like Buddy and now you
or Roseanne.
Write these lyrics that are just, just floor you with their poignancy and the way they can say feelings without it being just on the nose. Right. And I could never do anything like that.
But to expose yourself, that's what I'm talking about, the exposing of yourself. And I know not everybody does it that way, but the ones I like are like that.
But I could never write lyrics. I could never. I mean, I don't, I'm not that deep.
But that skill is, but that skill,
prose,
talking about being,
I can write deep prose,
being exposed.
but I can't make it rhyme.
But the exposure of writing and just leaving that out there for talk about, just the film, but to put your stuff out there in words, I don't know how you guys do that, because if I ever try it and the truth comes out on the page and I'm like, I knew somewhere in me that I believed that and knew that or thought that, but I don't want to admit that I believe that and think that, and I'm certainly not going to show anybody else, especially Larry. So I just like, that's an ultimate courage to me.
This is a step in the right direction.
Or foolishness.
That you had the balls enough to let them film you having a fight and leave it in the movie. That's a step in the right direction of being able to act.
I told them my hind end was showing.
That was, and that was you. And it was not you that you might have been necessarily proud of.
Right.
And you are allowing it out there. So start writing lyrics.
Yeah. Oh.
And on that note, I'm going to go watch my replay of the Titans, and I don't know the score. Thank you all very much. That's all I got. There ain't no more.
This was a fun